So I had tickets to a movie that night. I really wanted to go, but I thought that I would be a diligent journalist and go and see where this property was, what it looked like, and my other question was what type of fencing the mayor and his family have around their house, because in their letter to the TRCA, they had said the reason they needed to buy this land or wanted to buy this land was that it would allow them to build what they called a better security fence. So my question was, where is this? What are the trees? What does the land look like? And also, does the mayor and his family, do they already have a fence? How big is their fence? It seemed and still seems like a relevant issue in the context of the debate about whether or not the TRCA should sell the land to the mayor and his family. So that's a very long backstory. I arrived there. I still have it in my pocket. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, be able to show you after. The map of the parcel of land that the TRCA said the mayor and his wife wanted to buy was quite confusing. It didn't show where any of the houses on the street were. It just showed a shape of a parcel of land. So I went there, spent a few seconds on what turned out to be the actual parcel of land they wanted to buy, which is, as I think the mayor has showed you, beside their house. And then I walked through the park behind their house, behind the backyard fence, not close to the fence, to see, first of all, what the backyard fence looked like, and two, to see that parcel, which I thought until this morning when we all got aerial photos from the TRCA, might be the parcel of land in question.
Okay, so you thought that back part was the parcel of land?
I thought it might be. I wasn't sure. What I was told was that it was sort of triangular. The parcel in question was triangular shape, but not quite a regular shape, and it had mature trees on it. So the front parcel was kind of oddly shaped, kind of triangular, and had some trees, and the back part also had some trees. The other reason I thought the back part might be it was because Mayor Ford and his wife, in their letter to the TRCA, had said the reason they needed the fence was because they've been having problems with late-night trespassers because they back onto James Gardens, or I don't know what the name of the park is. Given that they referred to backing onto a park, I thought, well, the trespassers might be coming, from behind. So that's where I was.
Now, the mayor says you were standing on cinder blocks and jumping up to look up. Did you do that?
I never did that. I never saw cinder blocks on this public parcel of land until I watched CP24 last night. Seeing them on TV, I don't even know how someone could. I do not have the agility to balance on such cinder blocks. I certainly did not try. I stood on nothing but grass the whole time. I never peered over the fence. I never made an attempt to look over the fence. The mayor referred to photos I was taking. I believe I took a single photo, one photo on my BlackBerry from quite a distance. The photo captured the backyard fence, perhaps a little bit of the house, and I tried to get all 5 of the mature trees on the site. It's possible I took maybe 2 or 3 more photos before the phone died, but I certainly, as I told you, I wasn't there to photograph the house. I'm not a photographer, I'm a reporter. The sole purpose of my visit was to get the details necessary to add what I thought were 2 relevant sentences to my little article.
So at no point were you jumping up and down trying to see into the mayor's home?
I never, not a jumper. Didn't jump, I didn't peer. I think the wooden fence has a gate for people to get in and out. Didn't touch the gate, never touched the fence. Never made any attempt to look in windows to see people. I had no interest in talking to the mayor or his family, talking to neighbors, talking to anybody. I wanted to see this plot of trees and grass, see a fence, and get out of there.
Now tell us, when the mayor approached you, what happened?
So the mayor, I don't know if you guys have been to the site, but the mayor appeared sort of at the top of this back area. So he came around the same way I did, and I was quite taken aback to see him. He seemed quite visibly agitated even before we really got into our interaction, and we're still a fair distance away, and he shouted, asking me what I was doing and whether I was spying on him, and I started, I said, no, Mayor Ford, I'm just here writing about the TRCA land issue. You and your wife are trying to buy this parcel of land. I'm just here to see the land. And the mayor continued to approach, sort of at a brisk, he seemed unhappy, sort of at a brisk walk. And then at some point, a run, he charged with a fist cocked at his head as if he wanted to punch me. And I think I forgot this last night and left it on my first-person account, but has told you guys that you heard me yelling for help repeatedly, and I'm not ashamed to say that I did yell for help repeatedly. I'm taking some Twitter heat for being a wuss, but I was frightened. The mayor seemed extremely agitated. I've never been in a fight in my life. Never, had a confrontation with a politician. Hit a raised fist, was running at me. My instinct is always to try to sort of talk my way out of things, so I kept pleading with him. I said, Mayor Ford, please, I'm just here to write about the land. I don't remember exactly what I said. And at some point I thought, I told the detectives, I don't know if this is human instinct or journalistic instinct or a combination of both, but I thought I should have a recording of this in case, if there was some physical violence or, just so, if it blew up like it has blown up, people would be able to hear what actually happened. So I sort of fiddled in my pocket for my voice recorder because my phone was dead, and the mayor saw me sort of take that partially out of my pocket and started yelling at me with his fist raised to drop the phone. I think he thought my voice recorder was a phone, and I won't do the deke, but I was sort of trying to sidestep him and get away. And every move I'd make, it's like in a supermarket aisle when you're trying to get by someone, he would go the same way as me. And it's like, the mayor has said to the media that he just wanted me to leave, and that was the purpose of his confrontation with me. I was trying my hardest to leave once, once he was yelling at me, once he ran at me with a raised fist. All I wanted to do was to get out of there. And I'd finished my reporting anyway. I was probably a minute away from leaving when he first saw me. He didn't let me go until, he was repeatedly yelling, drop your phone, drop your phone. Eventually I threw or dropped them on sort of at his feet. He was very close to me and said something like, here, it's yours, take it. And I don't know if my moves got better at that point or if he sort of relaxed, but at that point I pulled another deke, and he said I took off like a jackrabbit. I think that is an accurate description of what I did. I ran to the parking lot, asked some two young kids for help. They were unhelpful. Got in my car and drove away.
Daniel, you're an award-winning journalist. How does this make you feel that the mayor is now even saying that he won't do a press scrum if you're there?
These are interesting times at City Hall. The mayor's communications strategy is his own business. He can decide when and where and for whom to do scrums. I'll be there. I'll be treating him and his political allies with the same respect and deference that I've always tried to treat everyone I cover with. And I'm optimistic that despite this and despite the mayor's anger at this point, that this will fade like all political stories seem to fade at some point, and we can have respectful interactions from here forward.
Daniel, if you were convinced that you weren't doing anything wrong, why did you run?
Because I'm scared. I wasn't running. I wasn't running because I was ashamed of my actions. I was on public land. I wasn't spying. I wasn't encroaching on anyone's property. Someone is much stronger than me. Charged towards me, quite angry with the raised fist, and then would not let me leave in a normal way, and continue to hold the raised fist at me. So I felt like I was in danger and like I had to get away as soon as possible.